If you like my videos and you want such more videos, then do like, share and consider subscribing. For the notification, do not forget to tap the notification icon. Thank you.
Good morning students, welcome to today's class. Now we are almost at the end of this chapter, which is coal and petroleum, and in the end we have asked some question to ourselves that whether the use of coal and petroleum should be justified, means are we using these fossil fuels for the better nature? Until when these fossil fuels are going to remain in our nature? Well, few questions I have answered in the previous video. Now I have summarized all these questions together and I am going to answer this question in this class. That first, is the use of fossil fuels justified? Second, what is the alternative of fossil fuels? Now what we can do to save our nature from the fossil fuels, and what are the alternative resources? Now I'm going to answer this question. I have discussed few points in the earlier video also, but I'm going to just enlist all these points together. So we have discussed already
That fossil fuels are limited, so they can be get exhausted. So what we have to do, we have to inculcate some ways in our daily life to reduce the burden on fossil fuels. Second, we have to use alternative sources of energy. And in the first part of the
class, I'm going to put some points into this. Let's see what we can do, what can be our role in solving the problem that is caused by fossil fuels. Now let's see what are the ways which we can inculcate in our daily life to reduce the burden on fossil fuels or to conserve the fossil fuels.
The way by which we can do is that
we should start using LED bulbs. Now you know that the fossil fuels are extensively used for power generation. Yes, that is electricity, and the biggest use of electricity is for the lighting purpose. So in every household, in every place, we need lighting during the night, and this lighting is used in every household, every place. So how can we conserve energy with this? Now all other type of bulbs like the incandescent bulbs and all those bulbs, yellow bulbs, they use lot of energy and they use lot of electricity. So what we can do, the very first thing we can do is to switch over to LED bulbs, that is light emitting diode. This saves around 75% of energy. So it is going to be very helpful if we start using LED bulbs, because it saves 75% of
energy. Now what is the second thing which we can do is reduce, reuse and recycle.
Now you will think, then if we are talking about fossil fuels, what is the benefit of reduce, reuse and recycle? Now when we talk about conservation, the principle of conservation is these 3 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle. Now where are these fossil fuels used? These fossil fuels are used extensively in factories, in industries to produce something. They are used for the production purpose. So if we are using things indiscriminately, means we are just buying and we are not worrying about that from where it is coming, then we are putting pressure on the production unit. More the things are consumed, more there will be effort on the production, means more the energy used. So if we start reducing, then definitely we are trying to reduce the things which we are consuming. It means that there will be less production, means less use of energy.
So if we are trying to use the things again and so now what is happening these days, since we are having a better standard of living,
we are just working on this principle that if something is not working properly, we just replace it, which is a very bad habit. We should first try to repair it, reuse it till the time when its efficiency is completely exhausted, and then we can buy a new thing. But since we are just accumulating things, we are just letting the industries work on production, taking a lot of energy, means using a lot of fuel. So the main principle is to reduce, reuse, recycle. There are a lot of things which we don't actually need, so we can reduce that. For example, there are a lot of appliances which are at home which is not very much needed, or their use can be minimized. For example, washing machines, there are ACs and many other electric appliances. So we can reduce the use of these appliances. There are a lot of things like made of plastics, made of metals, which we can reuse again and again, because these are the things which are taking up the production. Then there are a lot of things which can be recycled. It is estimated that there are 75% of things which can be recycled. Unfortunately, this is not done. So if we are using these 3R principle, reduce, reuse, recycle, we are conserving a lot of energy. We are not letting the production go rise, and we are thus saving the energy, means the fuels. The third point is
reduce, or I would say stop using plastics. Now you may wonder that I'm talking about fossil fuels here and I'm using the term plastics.
If you remember that the petrochemicals or the coal, which is also forming the raw material of the plastics, so where from these plastics are coming? The plastics are coming from coal and petroleum. They act as a raw material.
So the more you are using plastic, or the more you are including plastic in your daily life,
the more you are putting pressure for the production of plastic. Hence, more fuel will be used. Therefore, it is very important to reduce or stop using plastic. I know this cannot be done at a first attempt or something just suddenly.
It is a habit which can be included slowly and steadily, because first it is putting pressure on the fossil fuels. Second, plastic cause a lot of environmental concerns. This include a lot of pollution, soil pollution, water pollution, land pollution. This is all due to plastics. So it is better to stop using plastic, or at least reduce the use of plastics. Even if you're using plastic, stop using the plastics of one-time use, means the disposable ones. Try to use plastics which can be reused again and again, so that we are not going again into the whole cycle of production. So the fourth point is to use energy saving appliances. Now in today's life, we are completely dependent on many electric appliances. To say that life is not surrounded by these comfortabilities will be a lie. We are using lot of electric appliances from morning to the night.
So what we can do? We can conserve energy by using those appliances which conserve energy. For example, those comes with the Energy Stars. So try to buy with the more Energy Stars. Those appliances which are having 5 stars or 4-star energy efficiency, try to buy those appliances because they conserve energy. Do not try to buy any appliances which does not come with this. Try to buy always 4-star or 5-star energy efficient appliances,
because they are reducing the burden on fossil fuels, means they are conserving the nature.
Now there are some basic things which we can inculcate in our life. There are lot many things. For example, switch off the fan and light when it is not required. Try to switch off the refrigerators at least 1 hour or 2 hours in between your consumption. Try to use things which are coming from the nature directly. Don't try to use the synthetic things.
For example, try to avoid synthetic fibers, try to avoid nylon, because all this is coming from the fossil fuels.
The less we are using it, the less we are consuming the fossil fuels, and the more we are saving it for the further generation, because our concern is not only to reduce the consumption of fossil fuels, but also to make sure that fossil fuels remain for a longer period of time. So how it can be possible? It is possible by inculcating these few habits in our daily life. There are more other points which we can do, especially if we talk about transportation. Let's enlist those points also. As you know that the petroleum forms around 91% of our transportation needs.
Means all the fuels which we are using in our vehicles is coming from petroleum or its product. So if we are using petroleum at very high speed, so we have seen that how much years are left if we keep on using petroleum at this speed. So what we have to do? For that, PCRA, that is Petroleum Conservation Research Association, have issued some guidelines which we can inculcate in our daily life to reduce the dependency on fossil fuels such as petroleum.
Now what are these guidelines?
These are some guidelines and we can use them while using vehicles and inculcate in our daily life.
The first guideline says that we have to always drive at a constant speed because excessive speed can increase the intake of fuel. Second, get your vehicles serviced regularly because if there is any problem that will increase the intake of fuel. So get it serviced regularly. At the places of excessive traffic jams or at the crossing, try to switch off the engine so that it is not running unnecessarily. Third, make sure that we are doing carpooling. Nowadays, everyone can afford two-wheelers or four-wheelers also. So what we are doing, even for smaller distance, we are using these vehicles for moving from one place to another. More the vehicles, more there will be use of fuels, more there will be pollution. So make sure that if 4 or 3 people are going from one place to the similar destination, means maybe to the office, then the carpooling or bike pooling can be done, which will definitely reduce the use of the fuels. Third, make sure that even for a smaller distance, we are not using the vehicles. We can go by walk or we can use bicycles, which will be definitely a very good option for a green nature. Make sure that the tire pressure of the vehicles are checked regularly because if we are not taking care of the vehicle, then definitely the intake of fuel will increase and the intake of fuel will definitely put more pressure on the dwindling resources, means the decreasing resources, plus it will increase the pollution. So these are some of the guidelines one should take care when we are using vehicles. You can also have some few more things which you can inculcate in your daily life, like switching over to bicycles for better conservation of energy, or using some vehicles which are not using the fuels but they are running on electricity. Anything can be done to conserve energy needs.
So let's write down the points which we have discussed in the guidelines. So the first guideline is that drive at constant speed. Second, carpooling. Third, use of public transport. And bicycles. Fourth, proper servicing of vehicles. So these are some guidelines which we should use while using vehicles. That will also benefit in the saving of the fossil fuel.
As a responsible person, as a responsible citizen,
it's our responsibility that we should save the resources for a longer period of time for the next generation. Because if we are not doing that,
then as we have seen that it will be not long that these resources will get finished. So what we will do after that? Are we going to give our next generation a earth which is full of pollution, without any energy? Then what they are going to do? So all the development at which we are running at a very fast speed will get halt, will get stopped. So what we will do after that? Are we going to step back to the time when there were early people living without any kind of comfort, without any kind of facility? No, we have to definitely improvise with few things like decreasing the dependency on the fossil fuels and increasing the dependency on the renewable sources of energy, such that solar energy, wind energy, water energy, geothermal energy, nuclear energy. There are so many options. Unfortunately, these options are not tried and used at the same way as the natural resources like coal, petroleum and natural gas is done. If we are switching over to this and using them along with the fossil fuels, definitely the fossil fuels will remain for longer period of time, and definitely this will reduce the pollution, global warming and all the problems the nature is having due to the use of fossil fuels. Therefore, as a responsible person which is living on earth, it's our duty to improvise small little habits in our daily life to reduce the problem we are creating due to our luxurious life. Now, as you have seen that there are different ways by which we can conserve energy, the few things which we can inculcate in our daily life. Plus, there are different ways by which we can save fuels when we are using vehicles. Now, what else we can do? Now, this is a very important thing because this is going to be very path breaking for our nature and the environmental concern. That is the use of alternative sources of energy. Now, use of coal and petroleum, why it was so significant? Because they were easily available, they were readily available, and they used to fulfill our energy needs without any effort. But as we know that their resources are limited and they are exhausted day by day. So what we can do? We can switch over to alternative sources of energy or the non-conventional sources of energy. The coal and petroleum is called the conventional or traditional sources of energy, and these are called the non-conventional sources of energy, means those sources which are not now used at a regular basis or at a large scale, but they are the one which can solve our energy crisis.
So what are these sources? So the first one is solar energy. As you know that much part of our earth receives very good sunlight. This sunlight can be harnessed properly and can be used for several purposes. So whether it is for lighting purpose, for electricity generation or for cooking. So it is very important that we harness solar energy to fulfill our needs,
so that we can overcome the energy crisis. Solar energy are these days very much used, but we can harness it at a more larger scale.
So second one is wind energy. So all the places which receives very high speed of wind, the wind energy can be used over there.
The speed of the wind can be harnessed to use as wind energy, and it again can be used to produce electricity.
Then we have hydro energy. The flow of water at a higher speed can be used to harness the energy which we have seen, or it is done in the dams. Then comes the tidal energy. Tides are also used to harness energy. Apart from these, there is geothermal energy. Use of biofuels.
Now, geothermal energy is actually the heat which is captured below the earth, which can be harnessed to produce electricity or for other purposes, so that we can use that energy also wherever it is present. And biofuels are the making of fuels from the plants, from the biomass, from the things which were organic. And there are a lot of success in these biofuels where biodiesel are used in vehicles. So if we are switching over to all these different sources of energy, we are reducing the dependency on fossil fuels. This is very important because we have already discussed that we don't have much resources left. Maybe just 150 years. What will happen after that? What we'll do after that?
Do we have to stop our production? Do we have to stop our development after 150 years? We have to switch over to this alternative sources of energy
so that this can be used as a
alternative which can not only act as alternative but also not
harming our nature. Now these alternative sources of energy have many benefits. First, they are not taking any extra effort. Second, the thing is that they are not causing any harm to our nature, means there is no pollution in any of these things. Third, this can be harnessed without thinking that they can be exhausted. For example, solar energy.
Energy is something which cannot be exhausted in the near future because life of the sun is more than the life of the earth. These alternative sources of energy are the solution of the problem that what will happen after fossil fuels.
So this is all about the chapter coal and petroleum. Here in this chapter we have discussed about the fossil fuels which are till now being the backbone of our energy needs. But we are also facing energy crisis. Not much the resources are left. So what we have to do, we have discussed the three things. First, what are the habits which we can inculcate in our daily life? Second, how we can use the fuels in vehicles. Third, what is the alternative sources of energy? If we are doing all this thing all together, if majority of people are including these things in their daily life, definitely there will be less burden on fossil fuels and our nature will be much better from what it is right now. So this is about the chapter.